Hi guys, I'm back again. Fuck. Sorry. Oh, why am I saying that? Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Wow, what the fuck? I am not sorry. It's really hot today, but it was really freezing cold earlier. Like I said, the weather doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and it's a really good reflection of my moods. Anyway, seeing as I've been doing videos about emotions and about feeling your feelings and expressing them, I thought that needed to be elaborated on a little bit more, and I was out and about doing shit today, but it just kept coming to me that, yeah, one more video. And now I'm sat here, of course, and I'm like, you know, fucking crickets, absolutely crickets, nothing, tumbleweeds, whatever. But I did make a few notes. Here's the thing, yeah, feeling is very important, obviously. Expressing our feelings is very important. Listening to ourselves is very important. Hearing ourselves, being with our feelings, but also understanding what we are feeling, because our emotional repertoire is actually extremely enormous. And when you pay careful attention, you will find increasingly that there is no vocabulary that fits the infinite range of emotions, emotionality that lives within your being. There just isn't, guys, you know? And there, of course, there's a reason for that as well. That's just part of the whole psyop. So, becoming more and more deeply acquainted with yourself and your emotional being is of the utmost importance. And to make your own vocabulary for it, to create your own language almost for it, and to know these emotions by their frequency and by the often accompanying mental images, right? So there are triggers. Like I said, everything that happens to us triggers us, right? So cascades of emotions, but there is also the mental imagery that accompanies these emotions. I find that is how it works for me. All of this is very, very important. It just is. Our emotions are pure power. And something that's become very clear to me, you know, especially these last few months, is that whilst we are literally forced through the trauma-based mind control to languish in the land of negative emotions and negative fear-based expectations of doom and harm, also expecting always to be treated badly by people, because that is what we're used to, you see. You know, well, it's better to expect the worst, you won't be disappointed. Alright, okay. Because we languish in that land, that is where we've lived our whole lives, right? No powerful good manifestations will come from that. This is why we have to go into it all and literally heal and feel our way through the hellscape within our own psyche, all the way to self-activation and empowerment, you know? It's not about manifesting that shiny car or a better boob job, right? It's not about that. This is for the NPCs. This is for the fake New Age Fibonacci demons. They want to manifest material stuff because that's all they are. but it's different for us. It's not about manifesting material stuff. I'm not saying it's bad to have money or a nice home or a shiny car, right? Absolutely not. No, I'm not saying that at all. And if you do have it, enjoy it. You know, you might as well. But these things are very transitory, and as you will find, you'll get used to them. They will be normalized, and they will simply cease to give you what you really, really need, which is to come home to yourself, to be whole again, and to create the light reset, so that all this evil, dirty, disgusting garbage that goes for normal life in this hellscape is no more, right? You want to elevate and create the light reset. That's what I call it. I call it the light reset, because we've had dark reset after dark reset after dark reset, where literally you walk past a road or a street and you look at it and you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that it was different before. Or you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that a certain situation was different before. Or there was the Second World War, but it was different. It happened differently, and there were different people involved, and it was like that, and it was like that. But it's like, no, it wasn't. Also, spelling words. Have you noticed this? Now, all of a sudden, words that used to have two L's at the end, like well, or I think that it still does, but words are different. So I'm still there spelling, as you do, and it's like all of a sudden, no, you can't spell it like that. It's spelled like this now. I mean, it's fucking maddening. Really is. You know? And it all goes really, really foggy. And there's a shitload of, you know, it's like that. And you'd second guess yourself. You think it must have always been this way. Cognitive dissonance, this, that, and the other. It's maddening. See, that triggers your emotions. What does it trigger? Uncertainty. Confusion, you know, murky, watery, foggy weirdness within your psyche, like, whoa, you know, it's like, yeah, we've had another dark reset. Now, the light reset is very similar. It's a dark reset. It's where yet another piece of crystalline clarity has been revealed. But you go into another purge, and it all feels a little foggy, like you're underwater, and it's like, well, but I had it in the palm of my hand. Oh, it slipped through my fingers. Then it comes back again. It's like backwards and forwards, up and down, you know, like being underwater. It's a very strange sensation. You know, so everything that's the experience that we are in is so big. And it has so many different facets that all blend in and overlap and merge simultaneously, that you're going to feel all kinds of emotions. And when you really allow yourself to start feeling, the floodgates will open, and it is a perpetual torrent. Right? Now, one thing I wanted to mention, and I don't really have to go on about it for very long, but I did want to mention it. When I talk about being assertive, I do not mean verbally abusive, aggressive, or antagonistic, per se. There are places and times for that. There are times, certainly have been in my life, where you have to defend yourself, either verbally or physically or both. Etc. Yes, absolutely. But like Lao Tzu says in The Art of War, or they say in Star Trek when they go on about evasive maneuvers, right? Choose your battles carefully. Now, when I had that NPC Series 3, because that's what he was, basically, you know, he was going on about the Jubilee, you know, the Queen's Jubilee, and you know, they always do that. Oh, they love the Queen. I mean, I don't know what that is. Is that some sort of weird sexual fetish, I wonder? You know, they always go on about Lizzie. You know, and his halls, you know, going on holiday, oh, you know, and oh, he was upset because he had to wait so long to get his booster, you know, and I was like, anyway, I was thinking, You should have come round here. I'd have jacked you up with some bleach. You'd have been happy, mate, you know. But anyway, he came round as pertaining to my, you know, I'd bought something and it had just gone tits up, and it was like, right, I need this sort of, you know, and he was telling me about lies, and it was just all garbage, you know. Now, with him, you know, I just had to, I wasn't verbally abusive or anything at all, but I told him, I always do this, I looked him straight in the eye contact, straight in the eye, whilst shielding myself at the same time, just straight in the eye, and just tell them the fucking truth. No need for abusive language, no need to be belligerent, no need to be aggressive whatsoever. And I'll tell you why there's no need for any of that. It's because you are powerful, you are a soul traveller, you are pure and good and true and infinite and alive. They're not. You're talking, for all intents and purposes, really, to a kind of like an inanimate object. It's like having a conversation with, I don't know, a fork, right? But of course, some of them are malevolently charged. And you do have to make a stand, and you have to speak your truth, because they will gaslit you, you know, gaslight you, they will manipulate you, they will tell you a pack of lies, they will get verbally abusive, or they will get aggressive. Whenever you can, turn around, walk the fuck away from it. You know, you don't need to worry about winning the argument, because, you know, you've already won the war, my love. Yeah? Winning the war lies within us, doing the work and elevating, getting out of this. It just simply ceases to exist. You know? It's like when you play at level 3 in a computer game and you've sorted that level out, you move up to level 4, 5, 6, 7. The characters that existed on level 3, well, do you know what I mean? You're not going to see them again. They don't matter. It's irrelevant. Irrelevance. Keep this in mind when you're dealing with NPCs, regardless of how they behave towards you. Keep this in mind. Irrelevance. What, you know, you could say to someone like that, as I've done in the past, look, mate, everything you say is irrelevant. You are irrelevant. You don't really exist. You're nothing. You're not sold. And when I'm fucking done here, you won't exist. So now go. Right. But I would always advocate to choose your battles carefully. I would always advocate to be diplomatic and not to put all your cards, in fact any of your cards, on the table as such. Speak your truth, you know, but do not waste your life force or your energy in excess on any of this, because guys, remember this. What is this but a giant louche siphoning, life force siphoning operation, right? Over the last couple of weeks especially, I have really noticed a massive upsurge in the Matrix sending its minions to my door, to my email, to my Facebook, to my YouTube, to wherever it is they're there, you know? Baiting. I've spoken about this before. I call it baiting. If you pay attention to the external, what's going on there, it's exactly the same thing. There was this thing where Nancy Pelosi I love Nancy Pelosi, highly entertaining, shoved this Latino child whose mother is some new Politico character. It's all fake here. It's all total bullshit. But Nancy Pelosi was there talking about, oh, children are so important, you know. I bet they are, you know, like the frozen ones in her fucking, you know, in her giant fridge, you know. I'll have another lag, whatever. All right. Yeah, children are very important, she says. And she shoves the little Latino kid out of the way like that, you know, the vicious. And they put that on YouTube, and I knew straight away it was baiting. It's like dangling a carrot, going, come on then, come on. And the public, such as they are, you know, mess, reaction. So then on Fox News, it's like, oh, now Nancy Pelosi's in trouble because, oh, you know, and this is how it's bread and circuses, you know, bread and circuses, that's what it is. And that is what mass consciousness is, you know. The Matrix goes, jump, jump, and everybody says, how high, Mr. Matrix, you know. And it's all garbage, and it's all bullshit, and it's all putrid fucking nonsense, you know. And every now and then, like, you know, you go on YouTube for the right reasons, but this stuff shows up on your feed, and you think, oh, I'll have a quick look at that, because it's like a 30-second video, and it's like, yeah, there you go, okay, switch off. It validates you in a way, because you know it's all bullshit, and there you have it again, you know. It's a fucking clown town show. So it always comes down to walking the tightrope in a way. It really, really does, because you have a vast, almost infinite array of emotions, right? And thoughts, most of whom are not your own, that cause emotions, and stuff that happens that causes emotion. It's just, oh, and so you're swimming in a sea of your own emotions that increasingly you don't have language for, that you might never have really experienced almost before, because you've been so repressed. So that's going on. And then it's like, so now I'm ready, I'm starting to feel ready to assert myself, to set boundaries, to speak my truth. All of that is going on. I'm becoming more sovereign, and I feel dreadful fear, because every time I assert myself, I get this onslaught of fear that says, no, you've done it, motherfucker, you're in deep fucking shit, right? I mean, it makes you feel as if all your friends, well, such as they are, all your friends, I say all your friends, as if that's even a reality, right? I mean, you're lucky if you have 1.5 friend. Like, half a friend is somebody who isn't really with it, and who might even be an NPC, but yeah, well, you know, it's like you're kind of scared to let him go, because you think, I'm going to be all alone, like, whatever, right? There you are, but you're 1.5 friend, you know, and it's like you've just said to the half friend, you've said something, I don't know, about whatever, you know, and it is your truth, and it's how you feel, and then the onslaught starts, and it says, well, you shouldn't have said that. Who do you think you are? It's like that. Who do you think you are? You're so arrogant, you know. You're so patronizing, you're so condescending, you shouldn't have spoken to her like that, she's never going to speak to you again, you know. And it's like, you think, oh, I shouldn't have said it, you shouldn't, oh, should I, oh god, I know, you know. But when you really, really, really stop and think about the conversation you had, in my case it was a phone conversation, it was, you know, it was okay, and you realise, you know what, dark generator, man, total bullshit, because I spoke from the heart. I said I disagree with you on this. I feel it is not that way. I feel it is this way, actually, and I feel that is actually total bullshit, and that you've been had. But that's just my opinion. Whoa. You know, often enough, and it's time to start living out loud, to voice your truth, when you feel guided to do it. There's no need to go out there and voice your truth to everybody, right? Stand on a soapbox in a park and start, you know. There's no point, and there's no need. There's no need to do that. It's a really bad idea. That is what the Matrix loves. That's why the Matrix has all these people convinced that they need to go out and red pill everybody. Do you know what I mean? Bad idea. No. But then your true self guides you to say something to someone, or to share an experience that you've had with someone, or in whichever way, or any place, whatever. If you feel that way, then go ahead, do that. And the dark generator will come after you and will tell you that, how dare you say that? You know, again, shame. You're bad, you're arrogant, you're trying to influence people, you're manipulative, and you don't know what you're talking about, and see that black hole over there, well, why don't you crawl in that and just whimper and die? It wants you to be silent. It wants all souled beings, but especially soul travelers, to be silent. It wants you to censor yourself at all times and to be silent. Because increasingly you are self-activating and truth is coming up more and more, right? And being assertive can be quite tough. I mean, I've always been quite assertive. I've got my moon in Aries and I can be quite, well, I'm a bit of a belligerent bastard, and I've had to work on that because there are times and places for this aggression to come up and out. Yes, but even then it needs to be done in such a way that it doesn't leave me open to attack, you understand? So always think carefully. Do I need to fight this battle? Or is it going to work out by itself? What's my intuition tell me about the situation? If your intuition says it's all going to work out, let it go and it will all work out. But if it says, no, you need to go and face that and sort that out, but be in your power, you know, because you're not a powerless victim. If you believe yourself to be a powerless victim, rampant rage, hate and fury and insanity abounds. That's when the trouble starts, you know? But when you know that what you're dealing with is insignificant because it's not sold, and it's an MP3, Series 3, or Series 9, or Series 12, or Series 15, or whatever, and it's all the same empty fucking rhetoric and bollocks, or just blatant fucking garbage and insolence, then you gotta speak your truth and say, look mate, I ain't having this. So when this guy came around wanting to charge me 60 quid for moving my fridge, I just laughed at him. And then I said, leave, get out. Because he was a demon. I mean, he was some ugly, weird looking, distorted freak. And it was disgusting. So that was that. I felt that. I felt his presence. And I felt abject, actually, hatred. Because I thought, I'm dealing with something that is beyond an abomination. It was like, man, you know, what hell realm did you crawl out of, motherfucker, right? And it was an experience because I could have said, the minute, because he knocked him out straight away, I was like, yeah. But because of all the housing developments going up left, right and centre, these types of people that do floors or carpentry or anything at all are really difficult to come by. And it was like, okay, well, I'll just let him have a look. But it was like already in my head a certainty that there's no way in hell I'm going to let that demon come in and lay a floor in my kitchen, obviously. So it was all a bit like that and a bit foggy. We often behave in ways that does not suit our highest good at all. We're used to that, guys. So that's another element of all this that you invariably have to look at. You have to be super present and aware every minute of the fucking day. Sadly, you can't afford to take time off from that. It was what was it? A subscriber of mine, Scoot, who left a comment, and he said he's always telling himself, pay attention to your attention, and there is a lot of truth to that. It's very true, you know. Thank you for that comment, by the way, Scott, because that helped me actually that day. That was exactly what I needed to hear as well, because it's so easy to let it slip, and there you are back in automatic. Bad idea, guys, bad idea. So yeah, respond rather than react. It's a platitude that the New Age uses a lot, but there is a lot of truth to it. And choose your battles carefully. And yes, there are times where evasive maneuvers are very important. And when your intuition tells you, don't Don't go in there guns blazing. Just let it go and watch them fall. And often enough they fall on their own sword, you know, these fuckers. They really do, because it's like there was this coffee shop down the road, and at first glance I thought they were really nice people. Turned out they were a bunch of narcissists, and they were just horrible. And then I had an altercation in there because I bought some coffee and she overcharged me, and I had to have it out with her, and she wasn't having it, and it was totally ludicrous. I mean, she was gaslighting the fuck out of me. It was so mad. And I said to her, I looked her straight in the eye and I said, look, you're lying, you're gaslighting me, you overcharged me, but I tell you what, it's 25 pence, I don't care, keep the money, but I reckon that with this type of behaviour you ain't going to be around here for much longer. Guess what? Gone bust. Gone. I felt very vindicated. I don't wish harm on anybody. That is souled beings going through this experience, doing the best that they know how at any given juncture. I love and care for a great deal. I honour their journey, and I understand and I get it. I feel, I hear you. But I have absolutely no fucking mercy whatsoever on these NPCs trying to fuck their way through life, manipulate, lie, steal, gaslight. There is zero morality there, and I just don't care. So they went bust, and I'm like, ha! Right, see? So that's it. And last but not least, and I find myself going back to this periodically, it's extremely confusing every day to know, less so now than before, this is true, but still, for some of you it might be really hard to work out who's an NPC and who is sold, right? Because you're gonna amend your engagement, your rules of engagement, based on what you're dealing with. Because, like I said, your NPC can say all the right things, and yet you're dealing with a hollow construct. You don't feel that warmth, that genuine soul quality of empathy, of engaging, of back and forth, of you know, no, it's not there. But you get what I call the mimics. And I find a lot of Fibonacci demons are like that, because they are the creatures of this realm that they're a bit different than, say, the garbage demons, because they're just blatantly repugnant and evil. But like that guy in my kitchen, he was a garbage demon. The Fibonacci demons are those people that I was talking about, overhearing, you know, when I was having lunch. And I forgot to mention at the time that the whole conversation started out before he started whining on about his guided meditation and his vibration and all that. They were also talking about the Jubilee celebrations and how the Queen this and the Queen that, and the music, and they'd gone to this fucking NPC festival, which was a celebration of the Jubilee and all that. And I mean, the music, the people, oh god, I mean, like, literally, I'd rather fucking have bowel surgery in the woods with a stick. Appalling, fucking terrible, right? So anyway, so that is your NPC, but Fibonacci NPCs, but you get, let's call them the Fibonacci Demon NPC Series 1, because I think they're the most deceptive motherfuckers, right? They're the ones that you think they're awake. They talk about going within, they say they're going within, you know, they're awake and all, but you've known them a year, you've known them 2 years, you've known them 3 years, or even 4 years, and it's like there's no change in you. They are often addicted, to conspiracy theories. It's like there are channels on YouTube that talk about the same topic over and over again, right? It's like video after video, and these tend to be long-winded videos, like we're talking 3 to 4 to 5 hours of talking about a particular subject that they mention over and over and over again. And it's like, how many times do you have to hear that before you work out that, okay, whatever. It's like, yeah, this is what conspiracy-minded individuals do. They listen to it over and over. I've got to go and listen to so-and-so and oh, he's done another video, and it's just about the same old shit. And it never goes anywhere. It doesn't move along. It's not a means to an end. No, it's just a stagnant pool of crap. And it's, oh, tune in and listen to it. Oh, here's another story about another person who had the same experience. And it's like, because NPCs cannot go within. There is no within to go to, you see. So they never, ever change. But they have you thinking that, oh, they're real. Now, these are the ones that you meet online mostly. And it's very difficult because the people that you meet online, you cannot meet them in person unless you live close to each other. But otherwise, they're going to be on another fucking continent. So you don't know. It's the perfect place for NPCs. It's a perfect place for narcissists. It's the perfect place for Fibonacci demons and for garbage demons. Your garbage demons, they'll be like those trolls that leave these weird gaslighty comments or whatever, just verbal abuse and shit like that. But your Fibonacci demon will be like, oh yeah, because I'm really spiritual, you know, and I know how to go within. I'm going within and, you know, raising my vibration and, you know, yeah, I feel this and I feel that. Or it's like they talk like that, but it's always slanted to the negative. It's like they have, without a doubt, a penchant for the negative. They don't want to elevate. They don't want the light reset. They don't want to heal. There is nothing there. They are harbingers of negativity. And they never, ever change. Wow. Oh yeah, you know, so-and-so's done another video and this is another person who's had that experience, and it proves yet again that so-and-so, that this is true and that is true, and it's a trap and we're here forever and we're never going to get out, and it's like that, and or whatever. Like, there are channels like that. I mean, there are channels like that 5-6 years ago and they're still there, talking about conspiracies of, you know, the archons, flat earth, Tartaria. Right now, some of these channels are good for information if you haven't really come across that before, or there's some more research you want to do in that area. You can go back there for a little bit, you know, and there's some interesting stuff there. But why would you want to go back? I mean, stuff about say, I don't know, that there's so much information on the external that is relevant, that we do like to look at. But why? The thing is with these Fibonacci demons, they look at it over and over and over again because they are on a feedback loop, and that is all they're capable of. That is their program. And like the Fibonacci code, they do the same thing over and over again. That's it. You know? And it's easy to get involved with people like that online, and to get sucked into that online, and to be going around in circles for ages before you before you click and you think, whoa, what's happening? Why? Because I went through this myself. So you know, I think it was about 10 years ago I was doing that. It was like one video after the other, maybe on different channels or whatever, talking about the same shit. And at some point it's like, why the fuck am I doing this to myself? This is bullshit. But you know, so you move away. Soul travelers move. We're movers, we're shakers, we're elevating. We're not here to mess about. We're here, we've played the duality game, which at this point it no longer has any fucking merit for us. We now see it for what it is. It's like, motherfucker, what a nasty nightmare. So time to move up. Upwards and onwards, right? To that end, we go within, we do our sacred work. But it's complex, you know? And yeah, Fibonacci demons, the mimics, are tough. So what do you do? What do you do with these online people? You know, well, I know this for myself, that my intuition, my emotional Geiger counter is good now. It's very, very good. And when you do your inner work, it will get that way. It will get very, very good. Very. So you feel it out. You feel it out. You know, and you couple that with logic. Logic, actually I went like that, what I meant was this, because it's your right brain logic, it's the true mind's logic that tells you, okay, this individual is exactly the same as they were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. They're exactly the same, they're doing exactly the same thing. They're not sold. They're not really sold. I don't think they are. A souled being needs meaning. We need meaning. We need essence. We need change. We need healing. We want to move upwards. We don't want to stagnate, you know. So people that do that, they ain't sold. They ain't sold, you know. And invariably you will feel their energy, and it's ooh. And they will leave comments, or they will get in touch with you, and it's always heavy, and they do it. It's the Matrix sending them in to drag you down, to make you doubt yourself, to make you think, well, maybe we're never going to get anywhere. Maybe evil always wins. Because that is the energy that they exude. It's always this, well, evil always wins, you know, and there's nothing you can do. We're not going to make it. We're not going to be okay. You see? And it's weaponry. And it's there to grab you and drag you down. Doubt, fear. And it triggers that. Which then means that, yeah, it's very ugh and horrible. It's a horrible experience, you know. It really is. It's like, ugh, yuck. But it then serves to heal you, because, of course, they are the external manifestation of what's left of the hell contagion within us. The parts of our soul that are like, oh, it's not going to be all right. Oh God, oh, I better believe the dark side. Yeah, I better stay silent and censor myself and just no, we're not going to get anywhere. It's better to be afraid now than disappointed later. All of that, you know. I mean, another thought came to me this morning as well, because this whole notion of, well, evil always wins and there's nothing you can do, which is because you have nothing tangible to show for anything. And it's like, well, how do you measure tangible? I know this. When evil pretends to be good and pure and true and souled, it doesn't come off very well at all. I see that, and I know it's bullshit. It's fake. You know, it's synthetic. It's always very synthetic, and it's fake, and it's bullshit. It's superficial, and it's not. No, this isn't it. This is not it. Evil. You've got it all wrong again. You know, and what is happening in a soul traveler's being when we begin more and more to activate, because we have done our inner work, is we have more and more meaning. More and more understanding of what it is to love oneself. More and more understanding of how to stand in one's power. How to self-activate. How to gain ascendancy and become more and more sovereign. How to just to do so very, very much and gain so very, very much that is very, very tangible. It is. It may not be monetary as yet. It may not be physical so much as yet, though little bits here and there have happened. That's undeniable. Plenty tangibleness has happened. For me to be 100% infinite, in fact, satisfies, because evil would not be able to mimic that at all. It just wouldn't. It would feel different. So for all of those, including myself, my own shadow mind, going, oh, it's all a sick evil game, we're not going to get anywhere. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. If you commit an infinite % to walking the sacred path and to yourself, right? To your liberation and your empowerment. 100%, you give it all. And you walk that true path and you do your inner work and you listen to your intuition and you walk this path. It will pay off. But it is going from complete darkness, distortion, to the complete opposite. From being small and powerless and dirty and bad and worthless to a great, big, shining light. And the in-between is what I call the bridge. To build a bridge of love between two worlds. You know? And it is very difficult. I never said it was easy. I never said that we were all, we're all going to manifest this and that and who we are. We're not going to manifest that sort of thing in this hell realm. Because we would say, oh, it's alright then, it's not so bad really, and stay here. This is not, no. You're meant to manifest everything that helps you to get the fuck out of here. As in to elevate, to create the light reset, the golden world. Okay? Well, that's how I see that anyway. So I think that's it for today, and this will be my last video for a while because I need to have a nice long break. You know, and you know, guys, believe in yourself, don't give up. Use the skills and the abilities that you have gained, or I ought to say regained, from your travels through this darkness. It hasn't been for nothing, and it hasn't been meaningless, guys. It's been meaningful. And this is not a fake meaningfulness. This is a very tangible meaningfulness. You have gained skills and abilities and know-how from having been here for as long as you have been here. And you're going to gain more from as long as you're still going to be here, as it were. You understand? Learn to use those. Okay? And choose your battles carefully. Always be aware. Is this going to serve my highest good? And if you do get it wrong and go in with guns blazing like yours truly here, forgive yourself. Fuck 'em. Right? And if you're feeling a little vengeful, that's alright too, because this is all part of who and what you are. The toxic shame will always be there, you know, the dark generator. Oh, you're such a bad person, feeling this, that and the other. It's like, yeah, whatever, fuck off. You know, you are going to navigate your way through this because you are a living compass. You can do this. You have done this up to this point, haven't you? You know? Because I did get from the comments from some of you that you just feel like you're running on empty and you just can't take anymore. And you know, I hear you. I feel you because I feel that too. And that is why you have to bring yourself back to that. You know? Use your intuition. Use your logic. Not the Fibonacci mind, but the infinite mind. The quantum mind. Because it's what's been done to us here is just wow. But what it will be when more and more we gain more and more momentum with this self-activation that is very much happening now for some of us tangibly. This is where you start to elevate, and as you start to elevate out of the lower bandwidths, the world around you begins to shift subtly. People call this manifesting, but really we're just coming out of hell through these murky... It's like, say for example, when you're a deep sea diver and you come up. It's dark, 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 little lighter, 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 lighter. Oh, you can see the sun. Bit like that. Bit like that. That is what I feel, alright? And that is directly proportionate to the work that you do, the inner work, right? So that's it. And yeah, all these beings that we come across online especially, it's very, very difficult. What am I dealing with? What am I dealing with? But your emotions, your intuition will tell you. Every time it will tell you what you're dealing with. And they never change, you know. And these channels, they never change. They go on about the same thing again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And they never change. And they're useful, and it's good they are there. I'm not saying they're bad or anything at all. I'm not saying that, because over the years I've had a lot of good information, a very wide array of channels and information and articles and websites and all kinds, you know, all of it. But you outgrow it and you move on. People that don't do that and they just stay there and do that, there's something not right there. That's all I'll say for that. Because a soul traveller is a mover and a shaker, and we ain't here to mess about, people. Alright? So, all my love to all of you, and I will see you again in about a month. Okay?